everybody, I am in the process of attempting to go live with our true crime and a glass of wine tonight, but doesn't seem that the page I set up likes me very well. So let's just see what happens here. Anybody want to pop up and let me know that you're there? Because otherwise I think you're all on my professional page, which is where you're supposed to be, but I'm not there. Which is why P Cubed handles all of the technical stuff, because I screw everything else up. So let's see here. What the hell's going on this page? Hi, Sarah. Oh, wait a minute, Sarah. I have something for you. I'm on my phone, so we're little. Hold on here. All right, guys, we're doing a little bit of this because we're just having fun because we are so tired of being locked up, hearing about the COVID. What do you think, Sarah? I'm kind of digging the jacket. So thanks for letting me steal you guys' stuff today. Okay. Thank you to Katie, who gave me an idea of what to do tonight, because honestly, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to talk about. I have absolutely no real... Hi, Megan. I absolutely have no idea what I wanted to talk about, because right now the world is crazy, and I felt like all we needed was one more depressing thing. But I did end up coming up with a case, thank you again, Katie, that I thought that we could vent on and, take our minds off everything else that's going on right now. So, first off, how's everybody doing? Because I know we're all over the place. Christy, I am so sorry that it ruined your birthday, and it ruined something else. So, this has really sucked for you. So... for those of us that are extroverts and need talking to people, I get it. I appreciate it. I think we're doing the right thing. Hey, Leslie, can't wait to see you. And now my countdown clock has started over. I'm thinking it's highly suspicious since somebody was complaining that I was counting down 60, 50, 40 days to CrimeCon. Not that I'm blaming you or anything. Oh, yeah, that's what Christy's blaming you, though, because this COVID thing ruined her birthday and CrimeCon. So it ruined her vacation, too. So, wow, Amanda, you're bumping in from Denver. FYI, can't tell you why, but as soon as I'm allowed to travel, I will be coming out to Denver for something. So hopefully, maybe we can... Yes, Leslie is telling you, Christy, she said, shut up, bite her, have a glass of wine. It has not been ruined. It has just been delayed. And no, she may not have said it exactly that way, but you guys know me. And so we are home. We are on my own time. So for me, it is my very first true crime and a glass of wine. So how are you guys doing on COVID? You doing okay being locked up? Everybody's safe? You doing all right? What's going on? This is your chance to vent. I don't do PC. Let's get it over with. And then I will introduce Dr. Spawn of Satan to you. And who right now is behaving, which is really strange, little jerk. But then I'm going to get into the case, and I want your opinion. I want some interaction. All right? So anybody have anything to say about what's going on right now? Hi, Amanda. Ooh, Leslie, true crime and black cherry white claw. Doesn't exactly rhyme, but it sounds damn good. All right. So, Riley, it says it does suck. This really does suck. So, I actually have my son's girlfriend. They are pregnant, and she is due in a couple of weeks. And I can tell you that baby will be here by the weekend. So you're at Kathy, that's right. You are at Lawnwood. So I can tell you, Kathy, that I love and respect you guys for what you're doing. And this will probably be my one and only grandchild at the rate this is going. But I am not going to be present for the birth because you guys need everything. You need the supplies and you don't need us taking it away from you. So there just better be a whole hell of a lot of baby pictures. So, all right, the case, hold on, because this case is going to piss you off as much as it pisses me off. And Katie, thank you very much for pissing me off. All right, if you haven't seen it, I do believe it is a documentary that's on Netflix, okay? How many of you are familiar with the Susan Cox Powell case and her amazing, lovely husband, Josh? True crime and Cadillac. Candace, that's a very big margarita. Okay? How many of you are familiar with, come on, how many of you know, because I know you guys are. All right, so Amanda is familiar with Susan. Okay. All right. So just before we jump into it, do you guys have an attitude? What's going on? What do you think about the whole Susan Powell thing? Man, my phone is blowing up trying to... Nicole, you bougie girl, you're drinking champagne? What the heck? Okay. Katie, I am outing you. You just said you're putting on pants and coming over. I don't even want to know what that means. I do a lot of crazy stuff. That was nuts. Okay. All right. Okay, Amanda, you mentioned the father-in-law. He was a creep. He's not a creep. He is creepy. Okay. I agree, Amanda. Josh was a monster. Okay. Come on, Sarah. Let's embarrass her a little more. It's kind of fun. She can't do anything right now. Okay. All right. Well, first off, I want to let you know that when Susan went missing, she was only 28 years old. Okay. Leslie says, Sarah, I hate to tell you this, but Leslie says that true friends don't have to put on pants to come visit. So, Katie, just go as you are. You're all good. Okay? Hi, Larry. So, for you guys that know Larry, you've met him at the Blue Door several times. He is my unicorn, my favorite correctional officer. And so, Larry, please, if you have something to say, I'm not sure if you guys can see each other talking, but jump in there, say something, because you know you've got way more knowledge on some of this stuff than I do, okay? Hey, Stacy. Hey, Erica. Okay, so like I said, Susan was 28 years old when she went missing. Some interesting things are that she met her husband there through a religious school. They were going to an LSD school, okay? They lived out in Utah. But let's tick off P cubed right off from the beginning. Let's just say Josh did not have a good childhood, okay? His dad wasn't exactly the greatest to him. He put up with a lot. He saw a lot. His father was much more tolerant of behaviors that the mother would not have been tolerant of. Allowed him to look at Playboy magazines. He killed his sister's gerbil. So that right there. Jenna, did I say LSD? Okay, go ahead and laugh. I'll laugh at myself. This is probably why I shouldn't drink wine when I do these events. Okay. What does it say to you? What kind of person does it take to kill your sister's gerbil? How pissed off do you have to be at her? It's a little tiny animal. I had him as a kid. The things, Sarah, it didn't tell me, and I couldn't find out how he killed the gerbil. I can tell you I've been bit by a gerbil. When I was a kid, I had the little thing latched onto my thumb, and I literally had to shake that thing to get it off. And then he just bounced. So I don't know what he did, but it had to have been fairly aggressive and pretty nasty for him to be able to have killed it. Okay. Okay. Katie, you're the one with no pants and you're calling Sarah a psycho? Okay. So, oh, speaker's muffled probably because my finger's over it. How's that, Sarah? Is that better? Okay, perfect. All right. So anyway, not only did he kill his sister's gerbil, but he also chased, and his father condoned it. He never punished him for it. But he also chased his mother with a butcher knife and threatened to kill her. So, Larry, since you're jumping in late, we're talking about Susan Cox Powell, who was the mother who went missing. And the husband was a suspect and was never charged. And we'll get to that in a minute on why he was never charged. But here's the deal. Marital issues. They lived in Utah. As soon as they got married, they moved in with his father, Stephen, for a short period of time. Okay, Candace, you're saying that someone told you that he squeezed the hamster to death when she was a kid. Okay, why would you keep an eye on the sister? I would agree with you, but Candace, why do you even say that? Most people would be traumatized. Riley's agreeing with you. This is kind of nice. I can keep you guys under control. When we're at the blue door, you guys are like usually lunatics. All right, I'm assuming that Candace is probably typing, but my reason for watching her is because sometimes people that go through abuse end up being abusers, especially if one of the parents condones that kind of behavior. Or maybe doesn't condone it, but just doesn't punish it and say that it isn't, they don't say that it's not wrong. They don't prohibit it from happening. So, a little scary. So, yeah, you're still a lunatic. I agree, Leslie. The other thing he did was, as a child, he chased his mother with a butcher knife. Dad didn't do anything about that either. Whose side is Dad supposed to take? And what makes a kid think it's acceptable? How do you even consider that? I mean, my mom must have ticked me off 1,000 times telling me to clean my room or do this or do that or whatever. You know, they all tick us off at one point in time. But I can tell you I never grabbed a butcher knife and chased my mom around the house. So what's up with that? Hi, Heather. You don't have to help clean up tonight. We're all at our own house. So if you make a mess, it's all on you. Erica says, my mom would have killed me if I tried anything. Your mom would have killed you, and she's a tiny little thing. And yeah, I think she probably would have killed you. So we have these bad behaviors, and if you guys know the triad, he's not a serial killer. Josh is not a serial killer, but he does exhibit some of those same dysfunctional items. I mean, you strangle and squeeze a gerbil to death. You chase your mother with a butcher knife. You're looking at pornography at a young age. So he's right there. That doesn't mean that we did not see him or know that he played with fire, okay? It is possible that he did that. Do you think that his father's behavior and the way he allowed this bad behavior on Josh's part, do you think that played into how he treated his future relationships? You guys got to answer me every once in a while because, you know, this is my first glass of wine ever at one of these events, and we've been doing them for 15 months. So come on, help me out. Katie, why? We all say we're going to grow up and we're not going to be anything like our parents. So why did he grow up and follow the same path. Thanks, Leslie. Each one of them is shaped a little different. So next week, maybe if we do this again, I'll have a different one. Nikki, you're eating tacos and you didn't invite us? You're a jerk. He's exactly like his dad. Yeah, I would agree. His dad may not have been the violent one, at least to our knowledge. But let's move the story along a little bit, and let's start to, doesn't everyone say it always comes back to the parent? It does. One of the sayings, one of the anecdotes is, the child does the crime, but mama does the time. It really does always come back to the parents. Or they are born with some kind of mental dysfunction, of which next week we'll bring that up just to piss off P Cubed, because I did some more research on John Wayne Gacy and found out that, oh my God, he had a head trauma. He had a head injury. So maybe Gacy did what he did because he got hurt in the head. He got hit with a swing. I wish P Cubed was on here right now just so I could see him get mad. So good point, Amanda, that this would be like Ed Kemper's mom. We don't know that she did anything, but we do know that Ed's behavior was dictated by the way his mom treated him. So, good idea. And Courtney, we are not going to talk about the skull. Not doing it. All right. So, Susan and Josh get married. They move in with the dad. That's uncomfortable anyway, because at this point in time, you guys want to be on your own. You're newlyweds, you're this, you're that, whatever. They lived with him, I believe, for about 2 years. But all right, I don't know. Somebody just called me from Indiana. Leslie, if it was you, sorry, I'll call you back. If it wasn't from you, then it was probably somebody wanting to do something with my my car thing, warranty running out. Where was I? Okay, so they are, it wasn't you. Okay, great. Then somebody's spamming me. Awesome. Anyway, let's just say that living with Stephen, the father, was not good for those 2 years. The dad actually formed a very unhealthy attraction to Susan and became obsessed with her. He would go around the house, he would record her with the video camera. He used a small mirror to be able to put under the bathroom door to take pictures and video and watch her while she was using the restroom. So really creepy dude. She told her husband about that. Why in the hell would you, the husband, tolerate that behavior? He was aggressive. We knew that he could stand up for himself. We knew that he didn't he was the victimizer, not the victim. Why the hell would he let his dad hit on his wife? Yes, Nikki, you are right. He did also keep, and this is kind of gross, but yeah, he did keep her feminine hygiene products. He did keep Susan's tampons. He also stole her underwear. He did a lot of stuff that was beyond creepy. Yeah, gross. Okay. So they finally moved away, and they moved out of state after she put up with this for 2 years. If you watch the documentary, you're going to see bits and pieces of it where she's laughing. She seems to put up with the behavior, almost like she's inviting. It's the dad, Jenna, that the father-in-law that's doing all this weird stuff. Why, if you watch the documentary, why do you think she would put up with this behavior? Why would she laugh about it? Me, I'd have just beaten him down, and I'm pretty sure I know most of you by visual face, most of us could take him down. But why do you think she let it go on? Jenny, do you think she really liked the attention? It's possible. We don't know. She's not here for us to ask. Riley says she's uncomfortable. Okay. Yeah, Wanda, we're talking about the Powell case. Okay. Ah, good one, Amanda. The religion ties her. Okay. If she is devout in her beliefs, she is to follow her husband, and her husband did nothing about it, and he knew about it. Okay. Another good point, Riley, is what the hell would you do if my father-in-law hit on me like that and did these really strange things? I don't even know what I would do. I mean, with what I do for a living now, I definitely know what I would do. But, the average person, what do you do? Who do you complain to? But I do think, and a bunch of you are on track, I do think her religion and the fact that she's supposed to be a little bit more subservient, I think that plays a lot into it. And we don't know how much of the nasty side of Josh, her husband, that she has seen. So we know the stories of what he did with the gerbil and the knife and stuff like that. But we don't necessarily know what he did to his wife or how he treated his children or things like that. So they move away and they start to have these issues in their marriage because Susan's very uncomfortable, okay? And Josh is not liking being tied down. He's not liking the way this relationship is going. So Susan disappears. And it's really interesting the way she disappears because all of a sudden, in the middle of winter, Josh decides to take his boys camping. So he goes out, basically it's freezing, he's not prepared. He leaves in the middle of the night and takes the kids camping. Lo and behold, he comes back and we have no Susan. Okay? So he is a suspect. This is in Utah, Jenna. Okay? So we have him, of course the husband's going to be the suspect. It also doesn't make sense that you would take your kids, who I believe is 2 and 5 at the time. Ooh, guys, let's go back and let's do this. Just tick them, no, just to piss them off. P Cubed, glad to see you're here. We mentioned a minute ago that I almost did John Wayne Gacy, and Katie gave me the idea to do this evening instead. But we just wanted to talk about Gacy. Because did you know he got hit in the head as a young child with a swing and had blackouts for like 5 years? And it caused a blood clot on his brain. So maybe there's something to this getting hit in the head and becoming a serial killer, Pierre. What do you think? We know you love that. Let's see, guys. Is he going to say anything? Or is he... I can tell you what he's doing right now. He's rolling his eyes at me. Of which I really miss. It's been way too long. All right, so he's going to ignore me like normal. All right, so let's go back because Jenna, I think you said, yeah, it's cold as shit. He takes his kid. What kind of parent do you have to be to decide that I'm going to take my kids camping? They're 2 and 5. He's not prepared. He doesn't have them properly dressed. He doesn't have the things that he needs. And why would you go out in the middle of the night and go camping? But people, back him up. So the cops can't disprove it because he did go up there. But then he decided to come back early. Okay? So, Gina, so you're going to agree with Pierre. You're going to go with P Cubed. You don't like this whole head trauma stuff? It's my favorite thing to annoy him with. All right, so what do you guys have to say about him going camping in the middle of the night? Candace, you cannot agree with Pierre. You got a softball to the face. You haven't murdered anybody yet. Ha, there it is. Thank you, Amanda. Okay. Wanda said, you say he's not that smart. Why has her body not been found? I know you hate head trauma, P Cube. That's why I bring it up all the time, because I just love to annoy you. Yeah. I think he's an idiot. Okay. I don't know that he really played, and yeah, it is a good alibi, Stacy. But is it really? I mean, 2 and 5. There's no way in hell I would take a 2-year-old camping. You can't keep those kids in bed to begin with, and you're going to take them out in the middle of winter? Yeah, Gina, you have 2 2-year-olds and you're not going camping with them. That's why you run those marathons with them in the stroller. You got them strapped down. Okay. Here's the thing, though. We know that he went out there with the kids. We can check the alibi. We also know that he came back. So he is a suspect, but that's all I got. So the police can arrest him, okay? The police not only think he's a suspect, they also think his brother helped him dispose of her body, but they can't prove that either, okay? So this is where it really sucks when you have a gut instinct and you just know. Same thing like Casey Anthony. I wasn't popular when I said that we weren't going to be able to convict her, but without a body, we couldn't even say little Kaylee was dead, let alone murdered, and let alone how and by who. Okay? So this is another one of those cases that you can't prove it, so what are you going to do to him? So with Susan being missing and for an extended period of time, her parents take Josh to court and fight and fight and fight to get custody of the kids. And ultimately, they do get custody of those children, okay? Think back to the things I've said to you about Josh and the way he treats people and stuff like that. How do you think he took that? How do you think he took the fact that they even thought they had the right to take him back to court? Yes, Leslie, actually there is a Christy who I said earlier that this COVID thing has messed up her birthday and, put off CrimeCon for her. She works in children's services, and I'll tell you what, I have a degree in it. There's no way in hell, I'd be in prison. I couldn't do it, okay? So I don't know how. I've asked Christy, already, and I've talked to people who, I don't know how they do their jobs, okay? Especially with the caseloads and emotions, just crazy. Nikki, you're a lunatic. He's probably going to kill their gerbils too. Okay. But yeah, I think he probably felt challenged because we already know, in my opinion, I feel like the word entitled is a good word to use for Josh because he felt entitled to kill the gerbil. Dad didn't do anything about it. He felt entitled to look at the porn. He got it from somewhere. Dad let him do it. He felt entitled to be master over his mother. All right. So I think his in-laws taking him to court to seek custody. Oops, sorry. I covered up the sound. I think his in-laws taking him to court to get custody of his children, I think probably would have pushed some serious buttons. Okay. Narcissistic personality absolutely equals entitlement. Also, they believe that nothing is their fault. Yeah. I also think narcissism goes along with, I would probably put him as a sociopath as well. I haven't gotten to read his stuff or I didn't get the chance to speak to him, but there's enough boxes I can check that I think he's probably going to fall into that sociopath thing. And if you were at our last physical true crime in a glass of wine, you know that I told you that you always hear the percentage, 2 to 4% of the population is a sociopath. That is true. But that 2 to 4% are the ones that are going to go on and destroy somebody's life and or kill people. Okay? The actual number is closer to 10%, to 10 to 20% of people that are willing, that actually meet that criteria for sociopath. They're just not the ones that are going to go all the way, okay? But, random lying, grandiose stories. They feel they're the smartest person in the room. We've all run across them, and we just, we elect them presidents. We elect them class presidents. We seek them out to be their friends. Okay. You're right, Amanda. They were living in another state at this point in time. So not only was he going to lose custody of the kids, he was also going to turn around and lose his ability to see them and have control over them as much as he did. Okay. So what happens is that Susan's parents beg and plead with Children's Services that his visits need to be supervised. Okay, they don't trust him. They believe he killed their daughter. Candace, I ran into a sociopath too, and you know what? It was the worst year of my entire life. And most of us are not lucky enough to get away. We may get away, and I'll say not unscathed, but to actually just get away and not be eternally destroyed, because they usually destroy us, okay? And I can tell you, I had my PhD, and I still allowed a sociopath into my life. Right time for him, worst time for me, okay? Candace, 2 years to get out. Well, good for you, and same for you, Leslie. Hopefully, you're both on the other side. I still work daily because I'm pissed off that this is my specialty, and I still let somebody use it against me. Annoying as all get out. Wanda, I agree. The children's were just objects or possessions to him. Yeah, absolutely. It's because they gave him control over her parents, the ultimate control still over her, and he probably was going to be able to mold them in the same fashion that his father molded him, and so they're like his little minions. Okay, good for you. He took your voice away, but you got it back. Well, I hope you used it on him. So if not, maybe we'll invite him to crime. No, Leslie, no, we won't invite him to crime. Maybe we'll invite him someplace and we'll let you use your voice. So we'll help. I don't like it when people mess with my peeps. So the family, Josh's in-laws They beg for supervised visits. At some point, they're not given them. Okay. He gets to, as the biological father who has not been charged in Susan's disappearance, he gets to have them to his private time. So he actually, on the day that I'm going to talk about, that's going to piss most of you off, 2020 new attraction, psychopath rage pit. I love it. Can I be in charge of that? When I send Kevin emails, if I want a response right away, I put in the little regarding section, like the last one I did that he answered me within like 5 minutes was, how many people can I fake kill? I got a response back ASAP. Okay, hysterical. It depended. What he did this last visit, he was going to have the kids for the weekend, Jenna, and he had a house that I believe he rented, and the children's services worker showed up at the house mainly because they were being bugged to no end about how he shouldn't be left alone with these kids. So she goes there, she knocks on the door. He refuses her access to the home. He refuses to allow her to see the kids. And here's one of the things, and this is going to sound like I have a bias, and I guess I do, but I'm one, I admit it, and two, I think that every job has a limit where you reach a certain age and you're not able to function at full capacity for whatever may or may not come. Okay, very unpopular thing for me to say. If P Cubed is on here still, he would say that's an HR nightmare. I am not allowed to say that. But here's the deal. The children's services worker that was assigned to this case was an elderly woman. what is she going to do against a young father? She can't bust down the door. All she can do is call 911. You can hear her phone calls to dispatch. And Candace, I see you saying the dispatcher drove you crazy. I agree. I just wanted to go, I watched the documentary and I just wanted to go through the phone, okay? Because at this point, the children's services worker realizes there is a serious issue going on. You need to get your ass here now. And they kind of blow her off. The one person I wouldn't blow off is the person who is the professional in the situation. You're not always the biggest, the better, the smartest person in the room. It wasn't the CPS worker's fault. You're absolutely right. She tried, she begged and pleaded and could not get the response that she needed. And then as she's on the phone, the house catches on fire with Josh and both the boys in the house. That woman had to, in the line of duty, in the course of her job, had to watch that house burn. Do you think she ever will get over what she saw, what she may or may not have heard? Still at that point in time, having a dispatcher not quite getting it, and I'm being very nice, but Josh got away with it. If he killed Susan, and I'm going to say if, because we cannot prove this at this point in time, if he killed Susan, he got away with that, but we do know he murdered his boys and commit suicide. And he did get away with that as well. Okay? For me, I understand suicide. I understand that it is, for some people, the only way out. They just want the pain to go away. But yeah, Jenna, the house burnt down with everybody in it. Okay? So he could have just been a man and stood up. And if you want to kill yourself, that's fine. You do what you got to do. But he took 2 children from their families and from us, because who knows? They could be inventing the cure for COVID at this point in time. Okay, the guy's disgusting. All right, and then what broke my heart even more was to find out that the maternal, Susan's dad, knew something was wrong when he heard all of this commotion and everything. And he went down the end of the street and saw the house on fire and stood there as his grandchildren burned to death. How do you come back from that? You lost your daughter. You begged, you pleaded, you did everything you could do to do the right thing, and it wasn't enough. And unfortunately, this isn't an isolated case. This isn't something that happens just once, in a blue moon. People go through these things, and this was Josh's. Jenna, you're saying he needed the power and control. I agree. This was his stand. Do I think he wanted to kill the boys? In my heart, I'm going to say no. Okay, because it's a piece of him, and I don't want to believe that he's completely evil. Okay, yeah, Katie, let me hit the Seymour part. Yeah, Katie says she hopes she's not spoiling anything, and you won't, because it's such an emotional journey that this takes you on. But when the boys were found, they were, to the best of my understanding, the 2-year-old and the 5-year-old were holding hands. Okay, the 5-year-old was consoling his younger brother at the time. So I do think Josh did this as the ultimate control, his last stand. If you want to say, if I can't have him, nobody can. This was his that's exactly what he did. So Gina, you're saying, why is the system broken? You haven't been in enough wine and crimes to see how bitchy I am, But my students, yeah, they're used to me being a jerk all the time. But I turn around and tell them, even though I chronologically, I'm just a baby, okay? I'm 29. I turn around and tell them, it's too late for me. It is beyond me. I can't fix the system. I am too old, okay? It is now their problem. So I turn around to them, and when they say things to me is like, why is the system broken? Or how are we going to fix it? I said, I'm not fixing it. How are you going to fix it? Okay. Yeah, this Gabriel Gonzalez case, and then the Tiger Kings, that's something I'm going to look at. We're going to talk about at another one too. But oh, I know, master's in social work, and yeah, Gina, I have a master's in human services with social work, and the whole, you know what every discussion post was? Thank God for you women that can do this, because there's no way in hell I could do your job. I wanted to send them all bottles of wine. I wanted to send them all flour. There was no way. Christy, you do this. Okay, so Christy's saying we need more people that care in order to help fix the system. Yeah, and I think people caring is a big deal, but I also, I worry because you know how much I love you. You are a wonderful and amazing and caring and empathetic person, which scares me because that's like me. And I don't want to see the system break you, but I also know that the system needs people like you. So it's a catch-22. You're the kind of person I want in there, but because I know you, I don't want you in there because I don't want you to ever go through something that you can't undo. You say it won't break you. You know what? You're strong, and I trust you. I trust your gut. Hey, Elena. So if you feel it won't break you, I'll back you on that 100%. Plus, you know, you've always got me to call and vent to, or this, that, or whatever. And we have plenty of friends here who know people. So I probably shouldn't say those things when they're like being recorded and they're there. You do have a village behind you. And I think that's part of the problem is people get into certain fields and they don't have the support system. Okay. It really doesn't matter what kind of field, but the more trauma and drama you're going to deal with, you need that system. Okay. And hell, your mom and I'm going to hate this. I don't know how old your mom is, but I know she's not that much older than me. Hell, I call her mom because that one wine and crime, or that one crime con that I was really nervous when we met capacity and they shut the doors because the fire marshal was going to have a hissy fit. I thought I was going to throw up, and she mommed me and I was fine. So you do have an amazing, amazing network, and I adore your dad as well. So Erica, you're saying you work kids with, now you do work with kids, and you're in the mix of it, and you're in a weird place as well, and just a different part of the system. Is there anything, do you think that the system could have done that would have saved those two boys? Or is there anything that you think the law enforcement system could have done that would have caught Josh and we wouldn't have been there? Leslie, you're funny. Wait till you hear, well, you know, have you heard, Leslie, what my thing is this year? As much as I'm disappointed that we got put off till October, I'm really glad we got put off till October because the judge moved our case again. So I can't threaten a judge on live video. But that should go to trial before October, and it's going to be amazing. Let's just say there are going to be a whole lot of people in my county that are going to flip out when they hear about this case. So, Okay, Christy, if you haven't watched this case, just because you are in social work, it is a case I do think you should watch. Just look up the documentary on Susan Cox Powell. So it's all over, and I think it's on Netflix. Okay, Jenna, tell me how you really feel. The dispatcher shouldn't have been such a dick. I will tell you this. It is not easy to be a dispatcher, but I do agree he was not cool. Totally not cool. So, I'll have to send Leslie, I'll have to send you a private, we need to chat anyway, but I'll have to send you a private message because there's nothing I can do to make this case. It is so weird on its face that if I add anything, like any of my shenanigans to it, it will just make it hokey because it's crazy. So it's just crazy. So let's see, what do you guys got going on? Nikki says it's hard because there's only so much that can be done without proof. That is the thing, is you can't just take somebody's liberties away because you know or feel or think that they did it. You have to be able to prove it. And and being a mandatory reporter as you are, Nikki, sometimes I am sure you're in the position of you think there might be this happening at home or that might be happening at home, and you really have to think about it before you report it, because a lot of people, it's going to destroy somebody's life if we're wrong. But I would rather err on the side of caution and be wrong and pay the consequence than not tell or not guess or whatever. So, let's see. Wanda said for supervised visits, shouldn't the caseworker enter that? Yeah, that was the deal. She did try and enter the house, and he refused her access into the home. And like I said, she was an older woman, so what was she going to do, knock the door down? She was not getting in. He slammed the door on her, locked it, she's done. And at that point, that is when the aha moment came for her, and she immediately called dispatch. Okay, Larry says, my maternal grandparents were Mormons. They told me that the Utah Division of Child and Family Services were very hesitant to take away children from parents in Utah because of the influence. I agree. I think they're still that way, aren't they, Larry? So it's an interesting, and I don't know a lot about the religion, so I can't speak to it, but I do think they still live by the rule of what happens in the home stays in the home. So, do you think he was planning on killing the kids and himself, or did something? I think what put him over the edge, Jenna, I don't think he personally intended to kill them. I don't think it was a plan at that moment. I think at that moment he realized he lost control. And yeah, Alicia, you did miss it, that when the children's services worker showed up at the house to do a visit, he didn't let her in, and he burnt the house down with him and the kids in it. So, Candace, why do you think it was planned? Anybody else think it was planned? I don't want to think it was planned. There are hints to it that it could have been, so I'm anxious to see what you think. But the fact that a father could do that just makes me lose my mind. Come here. Let's show everybody you're the good boy. Come here. Yes, come here. This is the baby who some of my students were complaining when he was, don't growl at me, you're the good one. See, he's adorable. Everybody wants me to get his hair cut. No, you're the baby. I'm sorry I adopted your evil, horrible brother. Leslie, you're saying definitely planned. He immediately locked out. Yeah. What do you think it was? What do you think it was that at that moment that you're saying it's planned that he locked her out? Ooh, Daddy yelled at you guys. I feel kind of like, as you said before, yeah, Erica, you do need to watch the documentary. What was planned? The not letting the worker in and then burning the house down and killing the kids. Elena, he's not scruffy. He's adorable. Everybody wants me to trim him, and I'm not doing it. I like him that way. He looks like, what is it, Gary Busey's mugshot? The dude who was like eating a hamburger in the airport. Erica, so Erica, you're saying that you think he did it to harm the in-laws. So you think he did it on purpose? He planned it for revenge? Okay, that's what I was going to get to, Candace. How quick after that she was locked out, the fire started, and how quickly the house burnt down. That's where you got me. Okay, that's where you got me. Seemed like the kids had been coached to get inside the house. Then he closed the door in her face. Yeah, that's what Leslie, that's what I'm thinking too, is that, it went up so fast that it probably was planned. I'm trying to look for the good in everybody, but you know what? Not everybody has good in them. And I don't even know what the hell to say about that. So, good answer, Elena. You're going to pass class now that you just said he's adorable. I'll show you, I'm sure Spawn of Satan will come back in a minute. And he's not. So, he's adorable, but he's bad. I thought I heard he took a knife to the kids. I heard the same thing. I didn't get a chance to read into that today because I jumped into this case late tonight, a little later tonight than I really wanted to. Just because, I don't know about you guys, but with what's going on right now, I just got an attitude, okay? And if my husband sees my credit cards and how much money I've bought in plants in the last 2 weeks, I'm probably going to be divorced, and I'm going to be moving to Utah and moving in with you, Amanda. Okay? I'm going to be in trouble. And I'm bringing Scruffy with me. You think he was narcissistic. Yeah, but God, how horrible of a person do you have to be? So, Watson, you want to come here? Dr. Watson, come here. You can show them how big of a liar. Come here. Come here. Nope, Scruffy's not going to let him. Okay. Larry, seriously? He took an axe to them? Like legit? Wow, I'm going to have to go back and look again, watch this stupid thing again, and it was horrible to watch the first time. Leslie, you don't even want to know. I have like 8-foot and 10-foot tall trees in my house. Okay, he's gone. I have 8-foot and 10-foot tall trees in my house now. So, and the yard, because we just rebuilt our house, was supposed to take me 2 years to actually re-landscape. I'm almost done. And the only part I have left is knocking down his shed that I hate and taking down about an 8-foot section of 40-foot bamboo. Candace, forget the plant fund. Come help me take down the damn bamboo. So it's got to all go in one day too, because once it's gone, and he can't kill me then. Thank you, Amanda. I will read that. Okay. Yes, you just saw that they suffered hatchet wounds. What an asshole. Okay. Yeah, Nikki, he did say something. One of the boys, the 5-year-old, did say something about the camping and how quickly it happened. And when they came home, Dad told us to say this. So they were definitely coached. So that was another reason why everybody thinks he was really guilty. Good, Alicia. I know we go down on lockdown sometime tomorrow. Get over here. We can hang out in the pool and we can like rip out bamboo together. So, all right, Stacy, come on over. Hell, we'll all. It is really nice, Jenna, and I love it, and it is beautiful and amazing. But we have neighbors that I absolutely love and adore, and I planted it to hide the old neighbors because one of the kids, when he was little, used to want to like talk to me through the window all the time when I was in the pool, and I couldn't stand it. So I planted this bamboo. Now the new people are nice, and every time the wind blows, the bamboo bangs against their window. So it pretty much sounds like somebody's breaking in. So not cool. I'd like to be the nice neighbor. Leslie, I had no idea about the hatchet wounds. Okay, officially. Okay, how many White Claws or whatever it was have you had? Because I'm joining you to that one. Okay, hold on. This is to Leslie and your comment because Josh is not redeemable. Well, he's dead, so he wouldn't be redeemable anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Leslie's had a few. Thanks, Courtney. Throw her under the bus. I like it. But I got to be nice to... I got to be nice to you, Leslie, because you're bringing my future ex-husband to CrimeCon this year. So, switching gears just a little bit, just because you guys are hating on Josh so bad. Katie, when she mentioned the Powell case to me earlier, yeah, Rhodey, don't even look at my man, Amanda. He gave me a picture, and even my husband knew not to mess with it. He actually, at CrimeCon last year, took the picture of Rhodey and put it on my nightstand facing my pillow. So that was the last thing I saw. Okay, Jenna, let's jump to that real quick, and then I'll go back to where I was going a minute ago. You guys, God, you're just like my students. You just take, well, Jenna, you were a student. You just take me all over the place, and I'm dumb enough to follow. Jenna said, West Memphis 3 update later, please, because she did not. Actually, let me just tell you, they are playing those episode 1 and 2, which there are only 2, of the current West Memphis case back to back. Pretty much every day I've seen it this week. So you need to go back and watch it because it's really interesting. If you've been to CrimeCon, you have seen in Exhibition Hall, one of the vendors there is MVAC. It is a vacuum system. Yeah, Christy, it was phenomenal. And there's going to be another one, and I'll talk about it in a second. That MVAC is basically a vacuum cleaner, and what it does is it sucks up, I think, 200 times the amount of debris and DNA that that you would be able to get with other systems. And so what the whole West Memphis thing is based on is that Bob Ruff, who actually is a podcaster. So don't count us podcasters out. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to solve my case and P Cubed. We are busting ass on our case, and we're going to find those names that we want. So podcasters unite. They're going to be the way of bringing you guys in, and that's exactly what this documentary is. Yeah, Bob Ruff was amazing. And I have a friend who's a producer, and it was her friend that actually produced and recorded that, and she did an amazing job. I didn't see bias, I didn't see fluff, I didn't see BS, and I learned some stuff, so it was pretty amazing. And I've been studying that case since the day it happened, because of one of my professors. But the deal is with that, they are now fighting with the district attorney, of which, did I write my letter to the district attorney, the state attorney? Yes, I did, because he needs to give up that evidence and let them test it using this MBAC system. So, and if you guys want more information, you can go to the MBAC. You want the MBAC because of your cats. I know, I need it for my dogs. But Dr. Laura Petler is also a big advocate, and she uses, I think, the MBAC as well. So it's going to be a phenomenal tool, and I think it's going to make a big difference. And I think that's probably why they're not wanting to give Bob this DNA. But I think there are probably going to be enough people on that attorney's door, email and phone messages, that he's not going to have much of a choice. So I'm anticipating probably within the next year or so that Bob will end up doing hopefully get a chance to update us and do another documentary. That's just a hope, just a guess, but it was so good, I can't see a reason Oxygen wouldn't give him another one. He's made all of his social media. Yeah, I don't blame him, because look what happened to Payne Lindsay. Once your name's out there, it's out there. So that attorney, yeah, he's persona non grata. So he's a jerk. So, but I didn't like the last guys either. So, because then the state has to, because at this point they would have to vacate sentences if they come up with accurate DNA. They would have to vacate the Alford plea, and they don't want to do that. They want to save face. So, and so far they've been able to. Okay, so last thing I want to bring up, just to give you something else to be pissed off about. We talked about Susan Powell. So let me bring up America's other most hated husband, and let's go with Peterson and Lacey. So I am just now starting Carol Baskin, so we'll jump into that next week, maybe, if you guys want to do this again, because I want to make sure I see the whole thing before I talk to you about it. So, and some of you are writing some really funny things, and some of you are, it's crazy. So I'm going into this one blind. So, but what do you guys think about Peterson killing his pregnant wife so he could have an affair, so he could do whatever it was he wanted to do? Oh my God, you guys are insane. Wednesday Night Murder Club. Jenna, how many episodes are there? Hey, Amanda, if you guys like these, I'll do them. I learn from you just as much as, and here's the deal. I don't think I'm going to be back in class soon. I think we're going to be online for a period of time. Tim, get on your own damn account. Get off Nicole's. Nicole said crime cons at my house this year. Hey, if Rhodey's coming, it is at my house, but none of you are invited. Yeah. Hi, Dave. All right. Well, I will start tomorrow because I have plenty of, and you guys give them to me. I never get a chance to watch TV because I'm always doing 5 million things and I'm teaching. If you haven't seen, I'm very impulsive. So I might have signed up for a class at Princeton. Yeah. And I started that. So none of my students, if you're on here, I don't want to hear that you can't get your work done because I got the first module of my Princeton class done in a day. And I got a 98% on my exam for that module. And Princeton's no joke. That shit's hard. So, and I signed up, didn't tell my husband this either. I signed up and I go back to grad school. I'm going to promote this, Leslie. So let him know when you see him or talk to him. Jim Fitzgerald. The University of California, Pennsylvania has a new program. It'll only be its second year. It's forensic linguistics. I did sign up for that. I start school this fall to get my third master's. And can you believe it? I've always been very fortunate in having the best teachers that have been on the cutting edge. The guys that were Mindhunter, I had for teachers. Okay? Amazing. So how can I not take a degree from Jim Fitzgerald, who was pivotal in catching the Unabomber? I don't care that my husband says, I already have my PhD. I don't care. I'm taking the class. Yeah, you're right, Jenna. I do just love school. I'm hoping that, if I just go forever, I don't ever have to pay it off. So at least that's my plan. So, all right. So does 8 o'clock on Wednesday nights work for you guys? I agree, Courtney. You know what? That's why I love talking to all of you guys, because you guys are all in different fields, different places, different backgrounds. That I learn from as much from you guys as I do from going to school. Okay, so it looks like Wednesdays are good. So I will go ahead and I will plan on. Wait, is that an option? I'll take all the murder classes to not pay off my loans. Hey, Amanda, I'm trying it, and so far we're going to see it works. If it works, I'll let you know. So, hey, Tracy. See, we managed to find Wine and Crime, keep you safe, and we're going to do this next Wednesday. We will do it at 8 o'clock. And what I will do is I'm going to let you guys vote. You want me to watch this White Tigers thing and just binge that and then do all the research and we'll talk Tigers next week, or what? If not, I'm going to pick some boring, weird, crazy thing. Hell yeah. And tell me what you really think there, Gina. Okay, that's what it is. Next Wednesday, virtual Wine and Crime, and we'll do it on the Tigers, and that way I know a lot of you have already started it. Hashtag Tiger King. Okay, well, promote it. Let's see how many people we can get out there, and let's just make this it's a Florida man. Oh my God, are you telling me this is a person? Yeah, Leslie, I know. Everybody's talking about white tigers. I have no idea what this is about. I thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. And now, Jenna, you're saying it's in Florida? Dude, Florida's full. Florida's full. I want to build a wall just around Florida because we have enough stupid, crazy people. We don't need any more. Don't we live Florida man every day? Yeah, Stacy, we do. I think it's Tiger King. I think all I know is it has something to do with a tiger, or it probably doesn't have a damn thing to do with a tiger, but the tiger's in the title. Courtney, Amanda, and Candace, and hopefully Leslie are coming to my house the week before Crime Con, and hold on, I lost you. Hold on. I told them if you do a Wine and Crime, I'll bring them. Awesome. Okay, well, absolutely. You know what? We'll plan it. We don't have to if I do it. Courtney will plan it. So absolutely. And what's funny is I want to watch this case simply because I had a student who worked, I don't know a whole lot about it, so I don't think I can get in trouble. I had a student who worked for an attorney and was looking for information on somebody who abused a giant cat from a cat rescue place. And I'm wondering if this is it. I don't know. Maybe I'll text her and ask her and find out. So, okay. Well, I will see you all next Wednesday, 8 o'clock, and we will talk tigers or tiger men or tiger women or whatever. I started watching it. Yes, let's do the Tiger King to talk, and it will be interesting. See, Stacey, this is why I need your ass here. The rescue was in Florida, not Tiger King. Yeah, okay. Well, as long as we didn't let the idiot in. Okay. So, look, Stacey, My first ever glass of wine at my own event. So I can't get in trouble. I'm in my own house. All right, guys, thank you so much for showing up. I hope you had a good time. If there's anything you want, yell at me, post some messages, get some more people. Yeah, I'm walking. Where's Spawn of Satan? Oh my God, I lost him. Hold on. Spawn of Satan. Here, you want to say hi? Leslie thinks you're cute. Hey, there you are. Okay, show them. See, you're bad. See, Spawn of Satan. He is horrible. Okay. All right. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your week. Stay safe. Please be careful. And I will talk to you guys if you want. Yell at me before then. Otherwise, I will see. Yeah, Amanda, you want a shirt? I have a couple left. So send me a message. I'll see you next week. Catch you later. Bye.